What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. Back at you with another one. So today, man, we got to talk about Politician P again, man. So Max Kellerman made a point saying that he feel like in today's era, Jordan could possibly average a 40-point triple-double, right? And Politician P did his thing again where he tried to rebuttal it without actually ever making a real basketball point to rebuttal it. I'm gonna let y'all hear that, and I'm gonna be right back.
Michael Jordan in today's game would average a 40-point triple-double, Rich.
Now you're out of your mind.
I'll explain. Michael Jordan's usage rate was way ahead of everyone else's in his day. And today the usage rate is even higher for the primary guy. His usage rate would be through the roof. It would dwarf Luka's or Harden's.
You know, sometimes
that's one.
Sometimes people say things, and here's the thing. MJ is my guy. Like,
I'll
like
prove
really,
it.
like really.
I got you.
And that's like, we have a great relationship. And I never ask him these things when I'm around him because whatever. But I do believe sometimes people say things that he don't even believe.
I will demonstrate the case. You tell me where there's a flaw in the logic. The usage rate would be even higher than it used to be. Now, the way that guy is used nowadays is as the primary ball handler, right? They take what used to be a 2 guard and they make him or even a 3, and they make him the point guard, basically. MJ spent 1 year of his career as a point guard. He averaged 32, 8, and 8. That's the first thing. And the usage rate is much higher now. But here's the next thing, Rich. People talk about MJ's outside shooting, right? Because he was a 33-ish% lifetime three-point shooter.
No, he was a born jump shooter. Why would you talk about his outside shooting? The 3-ball, or you just saying
I'm talking about
jump
the 3
shot?
ball. The 3 ball. MJ,
He would perfect
3
that.
times in his career, shot at least 3 threes a game. Every time he shot at least 3 threes a game, meaning he had more reps doing it, he shot no less than 37%.
Okay, so boom. Y'all heard what Max said. Y'all heard what Rich said. Now, Max stating that, okay, I mean, he pretty much already almost did it, right? Now, I did the research, right? Because a lot of times people can always say a stat, but you got to look it up. Max was actually wrong. He didn't average 32, 8, and 8. He actually averaged 30, 10, and 9 in 1989, which is not too far off from a 40-point triple-double. And he did it for 24 games, which is a pretty good sample size that he could have averaged that for a full season if he would have played point guard the whole season, right? Now, when you start factoring in all the stats and possessions, right, it's more possessions now. You get 10 more possessions. You know what I'm saying? The lack of defense, the space, and all of that is not an outlandish statement that Max made, right? Now, do we know if he would or not? Okay, we will never know. But what got me was the fact that Rich Paul tried to make it like the statement was just so outlandish for Max to say, but he never actually used any real basketball logic to discredit it. All he said was, well, Jordan wouldn't have even thought he'd have did it. Because Jordan live in facts. He not going, you ain't had that conversation with him anyway. How do you know what Jordan think? Jordan think he could do anything. Jordan confidence is not lacking. So it ain't really nothing Jordan don't think he could do. Anyway, so to use the argument that Jordan don't think he could do it is ridiculous, right? That's ridiculous for one. And another point that Rich tried to make was that the players of today wouldn't like move out of the way to let him do it. So your argument is that the most fierce competitor to ever play the game would have an issue with these kids deferring to him, is what you're saying? If people will defer to Luka, who don't play no defense, none whatsoever, they're not going to defer to Jordan? That's your argument. That they're not going to defer to Michael Jeffrey Jordan, but people defer to Luka. LeBron James defer to Luka, but these kids not going to defer These players not going to afford a Michael Jordan. That's your argument. I mean, it don't take long for the alpha to prove who's who. You know what I'm saying? They defer to Shea. They defer to Donovan Mitchell. They defer to Kawhi. Like, it's a lot of deferring going on. They defer to Ant Edwards, who has probably got the closest MJ-ish attitude in the league right now. They don't have. Rudy Gobert was just complaining about Anthony Edwards not passing. Like, he was making a little slick comment, but he meant what he said. So they defer to Edwards, but they not going to defer to Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Come on, Rich. You got to do better than that. You know what I'm saying? You got to make a better argument than that. Then you try to throw the little jab in there and say a boring jump shooter. Boring? Listen, you can call Michael Jordan a lot of things, but nothing about his game was boring. Nothing at all. Nothing about his game was boring. That's a horrible argument or even comment to even make. Like, I was gonna get on here and talk the stats and all of that, but it's really no way to 100% prove it. But my point is this: don't act like the statement is just outlandish, like Max just tripping by stating it. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all tell me what y'all think about it. Is Max tripping? Is Rich Paul tripping? Let me know in the comments. Or am I tripping? Let me know. I'm all good for feedback. Let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all on the next one. Peace.